Hello everybody, Dylan here. Now today we are going to be doing yet again another quickie reading. Today's quickie reading is going to be on Metonic. Now, for those of you guys who didn't watch the last video on Rosachoo, Rosachoo also had an evolutionary form named Vampirosa. This is just like that. It was made as a Animal Crossing thing, and apparently this is supposed to be Sonichu 25 years in the future. Now, Metonic. Metonic evolves from Sonichu by being traded while holding a metal coat. His armor adds weight, so he can't do a spin dash, but his speed stays the same, and his spikes are diamond sharp. Now that doesn't make any fucking sense because unless Chris Chan gives up ownership of Sonichu, he'll never be able to achieve this form because he has to be traded. So Chris Chan would have to trade Sonichu to someone within the next 25 years in order for him to evolve. Metonic is the final evolution of Sonichu from the future, seen in the classic Sonichu strips. According to an Animal Crossing card in Chris Chan's Scrapbook of Fail, Sonichu evolves into Metonic after being traded while holding a metal coat. Later, Chris Chan went on to clarify that this evolution is specific to Sonichu, the first yellow recolor, so only the original Sonichu. And the rest of his species cannot evolve into this form, because I guess that's just how evolution works now, according to Chris Chan. Metonic is an electric steel type Pokemon. Unlike Ultra Sonichu, Metonic appears to be a permanent evolution. Metonic is not much different than regular Sonichu in appearance. He still has the same body shape and particular colors, at least from what we can see, but now he sports a heavy suit of armor and a sword, where the former only protects certain parts of his body. The armor covers his chest and the boots protect his feet, and he has a helmet which protects the sides of his head. But his massive eyes and the rest of his face and his lower stomach, neck, and legs, except the knee pads, tail, forearms, and crotch, are all exposed, meaning anyone could attack him at any time in those areas and he'd be fucked. One is only left to wonder why Sonichu even bothers with the armor, considering that the armor is actually so heavy that it prevents him from using his spin dash attack that his inspiration Sonic the Hedgehog has become famous for. I think it's because Chris Chan's trying to make him different, but it just doesn't seem to make any fucking sense for him to have this armor. Is the armor part of his skin? Is it part of his, body now? Is this just how he is now? Can he never take the armor off? If he takes the armor off, is he de-evolving? There's so many questions that get brought up due to this evolutionary form. It's so fucking ridiculous. Though it somehow does not affect his speed. Of course, all of this is really just down to a change of wardrobe. Really, the only difference between Metonic and Sonichu wearing armor is that Metonic has spiked ears. Metonic has yet to appear in the main episodes of the Sonichu comics, restricted to a cameo appearance in the collection of cards that Chris Chan has on his wall of originals. But as mentioned above, he did make a single appearance in the classic Sonichu strips from Sonichu Zero in a 25 years later segment, wherein he's shown to chop logs and shamelessly recycle jokes from XL Saga. The future looks bleak. In Chris Chan plus Sarah's life shares, adults are portrayed as Metonic and Vampirosas for absolutely no reason. It could be that much like Sonny and Rosie are generally used by Chris to symbolize people who are younger than he is at the time, Metonic and by extension Vampirosa are his perception of his elders. And now we're going to take a look at some of the artwork that Chris Chan has made for Metonic. We have his Animal Crossing card, and we see that the other one is just like the Rosachoo one where it only mentions that he's a Pisces, and that's not really too fucking useful information. We see a Pokemon card with extremely blurry artwork, and I think he put in tinfoil to make it shine, and I can't read any of this. Here's another card with a different pose, the same one from the fucking Animal Crossing card. Here is a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Chris Chan got really fucking lazy because he just recycled this same drawing over and over and over again. He is actually 6 stars. That's 1 more star than Vampirosa was, and he's actually physically stronger. So yeah, that's pretty sad. He's just overall better than Rosachoo yet again. We see Metonic Sword, which increases his power by 1,000 attack points, and then we see his boots, which increase his defense by 500 points, so he can get even beefier. Fuck bouncing, who fucking cares? It's Sonichu. And that was Metonic. Will he ever appear in the comics? Who knows? Chris Chan might retcon it, he might not retcon it. hopefully you guys learned something from this video today. If you didn't know who Metonic was, hopefully you guys now know who he is. I think that this transformation is pointless, and I'm pretty sure Chris Chan will inevitably retcon it, if he even makes it to an actual 25 years later story. So, if you guys like this video, hit the like button. If you really like it, share it. And if you want to see more videos like this, then subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and bye.